I swear I had this set up and I hit duplicate, but I hit the duplicate that makes it so that the next thing I edits the first one as well. I don't know why that feature even exists. Anyway, hi! Welcome to Ristar. Do I have the controller set up? I do not. Whoa, my controller is not working. Oh! I plugged it into the wrong slot. That would be why. Alright. Controller's working. We're good. So here's the story. So the evil Kaiser Greedy is taking over the galaxy. And the civilians are calling for help for the goddess Arudo. And she awakens her son to come save us. How's the sound? That is extremely quiet. Let me make that louder. This music needs to be heard. Much better. Alright. It is early for me, I should say. So let's go ahead and play some Ristar with my timer up. 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to Ristar. This is a 1995, I believe, 1995 platforming game. Looks like Sonic. Doesn't feel like Sonic. It's a very unique platformer. It's a run and jump and grab 'em up. You have 3 buttons, 2 are jump and 1 is grab. And you can extend your hands and grab things. You extend and hold to just hold on to them, and that can be used for swinging. You can also release in order to slam your face into them. This is any percent. Okay. Glad I checked. Oh, this guy is giving us bad RNG. You will probably hear that a lot this run. So, this game has a lot of RNG. And those star poles, I will explain them in just a second. They are the most important part of this run. The star poles are basically the biggest speed tech that we have in this speedrun. If you hold on to it and hold a direction, you speed up until you have stars going around, and that's what I call star mode. And then you go extremely fast. It's very hard to control, but if we do things just right, you can get around some obstacles. Not like that. There we go, like that. So, we didn't even get to see it, we were so far above it. There's a log down there. I just did what's called log skip, where you fly over the log, because normally you hit the log twice, and then Ristar's like, oh, hey, like, whoa, look at that, I knocked down a tree, and he's all cute, and he's like gasping at it. But that is slow, and we don't want slow. By the way, I'm playing on the Genesis currently because I do not. Excuse me, I'm playing on emulator right now currently because I do not have a CRT. So input lag will be a thing, and I'm going to mess up some tricks. It's just a warning. Here we are at the first boss. This is what I call assaulting the wizard. So let's assault that wizard. Just give me a second to focus. Oh. He gave me bad RNG. He can, So, what he did was, normally, he's supposed to be, like, he's supposed to drop down on the back. And he can go, like, really, really fast. Or just, you know, kind of fast. We actually want him to only be, like, medium to slow. Because if he goes down too fast, we can't do the trick. Which is basically, that guy there, the old man, we assault the wizard, and we grab around him, like, we're up on him, and we're up high enough where we can grab around him and grab the monkey on his back, that's Riho, and we can hit the monkey immediately to skip some of the fight. Okay, moving on to the next level. Who here hates water levels in video games? Well, this is the best water physics I've ever experienced. It's extremely fast and fluid and very fun. Haha, I did a pun. When you're playing casually, it can be a little like scary because you're like, oh, the screen is so small, I can't go that fast. But as a speedrunner, it's so much fun. This is genuinely extremely fun because I know exactly where to go and I can go so fast. You are not a fan of water levels. Well, maybe this one will change your tune. Fortunately, now we have the mini-boss. The way this game works is it's 6 worlds with one, you know, like kind of boss rush world. And the worlds are 3 levels. It's a level with a mini-boss, another level, and then the final boss of that world, which is just basically the boss. And maybe a lead up to the boss. Some of the mini-bosses are a little simple, like this one, where you just kind of wait. All the levels are pretty fast. I've heard complaints about this game before. My darling friend Author Blues did a podcast talking about speedrunning, and I ran a grassroots campaign to get him to talk about Ristar. And his responses were, this game is too slow, and I just want Ristar to run faster. Because it's supposed to be like Sonic, right? I'm like, no, it's not supposed to be like Sonic. This game is like the antithesis to Sonic. Sonic is, you gotta go fast, physics platforming. This is Ristar. This is, the whole point of Ristar. It was originally called Feel. And, the idea was, let's make a game. I kind of want that health, actually. Let's make a game. Most games involve you to, you know, it's about your sense of sight. But this game is about your sense of touch. You're exploring around. Ristar, you know, walks at a leisurely pace. He explores around using his hands, and it's very, very, very unique. But yeah, I disagree with Off. This is definitely just fast enough for my eyes. So in this level, it's basically a bunch of rooms that we then try and solve a puzzle. The puzzle is usually kill all the things, because we're playing a video game. There's no friendship in this game, unfortunately. We're almost to the end of this level. Gotta kill these squid babies and then the squid mama. We gotta do this in, like, exactly the right, if you go at that squid baby the wrong way, he will run away from you. So we have to kind of hug the top. What would my name be if the game was actually Feel? I probably would have stuck with my original, alias online, which was Liz the Goddess. I went with lizstar because the pun was just too much for me to avoid. A lot of you probably don't even remember that I used to go by Liz the Goddess. I ran this at GDQ 2018 under Liz the Goddess. It was my first time doing anything of the sort. I basically just ran Ristar. Alright, so this is a shark. I sometimes forget his name. Osat. This is Osat the shark. He is giving me extremely terrible RNG. So basically, the way he works is he has 3 attacks that we can hit him in, 3 attacks he cannot hit us in. That we cannot hit him in. He can give us up to 2 attacks that we can't hit him in each time that the water lowers. So that was, 3 attacks! It can be up to 4 attacks that we cannot hit him. That is extremely bad. Actually, up to 5. So 3 is below average, but that's still extremely bad. We would have reset if this was a speedrun. I would have reset after like 2. This game is extremely RNG heavy. If you don't like RNG heavy speedruns, I would not recommend this. But the game is so fun anyway, I don't really mind. Like I said, it's my favorite game of all time. So here we are in Scorch. There's a newer strat to this level that I will be attempting using this thing. So this is a star of Ristar, or a statue of Ristar. we're going to ferry it all the way through this level. Or at least attempt to, because some of the jumps are very tight with it. Alright. Made it! Alright, perfect. So we're going to take this statue up here. And we're going to throw it here, and this creates a hole in the ground. This is a recent discovery. We didn't really know that it did that. And that allows us to skip a big winding section. Fortunately, I took a lot of help, so I'm a little worried about this boss fight. This is Simon Says. I have very, very bad memory, so I'm a little worried about this, because when you mess up, you do take a hit. Oh, that is very mean. Holy crap, that is extremely mean. Okay, it's fine. I can do this. Oh, heck! Myrrh. Let's try that again. This time with feeling. Maybe I should have intentionally died. Also, we can show off the great idle animation, which is Ristar fanning himself. Every level has a unique idle animation, and they're almost all extremely adorable. Ristar is just the cutest freaking thing. Like, this game has extreme charm to it. Okay. Alright. On to the next level. So this level is extreme. Oh, Myrrh. Sandra, don't make me blush. So this level is extremely difficult. It's 3 hard pole swings in a row. Nope, not quite. There we go. Oh, no! Not oh, no! Not quite. Myrrh. We'll try another approach. There we go. Okay, so, like I said, I do have input lag. And it's not frame perfect, but it's like 2 to 3 window frame. Like it's I said that in the incorrect order. It is a very tight window. I also messed up the final one because of course I did. So that entire level is very difficult. And you know what? That's not even the hardest level. This is not a very easy speedrun. We were supposed to use those in order to like kind of launch us into a tiny crack, but it's precise. So this is Edom the mole. I love the noise he makes. It's my text alert tone, and it constantly scares my cat. It really scares Majora. So it has 2 phases. This one where he can either go up in the air or on the ground. We want him on the ground. It's much faster, which probably means he's going to go up in the air right now. It's not even an easy casual game. No, it's not. Hey, perfect RNG, good stuff. And then this next one where we both fall, and we have to grab him as he falls past us. This is an extremely awesome boss fight. That was a perfect out-of-hand. This is an extremely awesome boss fight, and super, like, super rad. I really like it. And then we gotta beat the heck out of a child, and then we move on. Yeah! Hitting children. So, like I said, the story of this game is that the evil Kaiser Greedy is taking over all the leaders of the worlds using mind control powers, and we have to beat it out of them. So we beat it out of a small child. Anyway, let's move on from that uncomfortableness to Sonata, which is my favorite level in the game. So this is an escort mission, which usually is terrible, but in this level is pretty cool. You have to carry these metronomes to these birds. I have to be very precise here, because this is what I call the God cycle, where we have to go... Okay. Alright, we should get it. So those wind fans blow on a cycle, and we need to get here at the perfect cycle so we can climb up here while it's blowing up. Perfect. Alright, this is, by the way, the hardest level in the game. By far, it's extremely difficult with some very, very tricky spots. Alright then. Threw that just a little bit too far to the left. This is trick number 2. We just have to throw this at the perfect time. Good stuff. Trick number 3 is a double frame perfect trick, and again, I am on input lag, so this might take me a little bit. Please be kind. I'll be very quiet here. No, almost. Nope, a little too late. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to throw myself without going into star mode. No, gosh, just milliseconds too late. Almost. There we go. Alright, so that is frame perfect to grab the metronome on the way up, and frame perfect to release exactly at the right time. It is very, very tricky. That's the trick that most people, turns most people off from learning this game. Here's the boss. He's skanking birds. So we can abuse iframes to kill the birds faster and get a nice one cycle. Right, moving on to level 2. Much easier than level 1. But this level relies on damage boosts, and there are some parts in here which are kind of RNG. Like, they're not RNG, but they might as well be. I don't really know how to avoid taking damage from these things if they plan to hurt me. But we did not take damage, which means we can do a damage boost later on, which is super nice. Hey, perfect! Didn't take damage twice, which means we can do some extra damage boosts. So we're going to go ahead and take a damage boost here. Otherwise, we'd have to let the drum bounce us back up again. This level is very fluid movement, and it's very fun to play. Just swinging through all these things. Take a damage boost there. Grab this health. Damage boost for that enemy. And we're at the end of the level. Just a bunch of damage boosts. Alright. So this is the boss of this level. This is nice, like, orchestra. What's going on? Oh, it's a bird! Oh! That's Awek. Awek is very jealous and wants to sing. And Awek cannot sing very well. So we have to knock him off the post. So the way this boss works is, normally you bounce like this. But if you face left and grab up, you bounce backwards into it so you can grab it very fast. This makes this boss extremely trivial. It's actually a very difficult boss, casually, because you get knocked back into his attacks. Because he's dropping basically like almost landmines on you. You wanna come down? This is very bad RNG. You gonna come down, friend? There we go. He basically drops like these landmines of terrible music notes. Wow, this is some of the worst RNG I've ever seen from Awek. Thank you. That's really, really not good. Thumbs up! Moving on to the next level. This level has my favorite music in the game. I had it as the opening track before I started. so you might have heard it. I love this track so much. And this level is really cute. It's very close to my favorite level, but it's just, Sonata's a lot of fun. Oh, who's that back there? Oh, maybe we'll see him again. So this level has ice physics, which most people would hate. But the ice physics and water physics in this level, which again, most people hate in most games, are extremely good. It's less like you lose traction and more you just slip and slide as soon as you go. And you can still jump, but you just keep going, and it makes for quick, kind of like fun gameplay in my eyes. Oh, there he is again. Oh, he's trying to hurt us! Oh, what a bully. Well, we'll have to show him who's boss later on. Sega needs to bring back Ristar. I agree. Hey, he's got a bomb! Jerk. And now we have to show him truly who's boss. Oh, before I do, I have to show you the idle animation in this level. He's building a snowman. And we can use that idle animation to build snowballs and do a snowball fight. Ooh. Okay, so we need to hit him like right as he's about to throw. But if you release right at the like perfect time, it's like a 3-pixel window. You can release an unblockable snowball. However, it is really hard to do, and like there's no good like visual or audio cues, so it's kind of hard to pull off because the snow bank is kind of nebulous at best. I did manage to do it once, but the perfect snowball fight is rather hard to come by. So welcome to what I call Dr. Seuss Land, because of all the trees. If you did not see them, we'll see some more Dr. Seussy trees. There's a snowman. And there's Santa dropping us presents. Those presents happen to be bombs, so that's okay. Moving on through. Hello there, Frog Ford. I love this track. This entire game, I just love it so much. I really hope y'all enjoy. If you've never played this game, I do highly recommend it. It's a difficult casual experience, but very worth it. So I'm going to be trying to do what's called slope jumps. If you grab in the opposite direction of where you're sliding, you're able to turn around prematurely, and you're able to get through those slightly faster. And there we go. Alright, time for another great boss. This friend's name is Edom, and his last name is Lunch. His name is Edom Lunch. He is a cat. In the American version, he is an abominable snowman because he is a reference to the concept of Nekojita, which is cats don't like spicy food or something like that. Every single time I try and explain what Nekojita is in one of my speedruns, a Japanese person tells me I get it wrong and tells me what it is, and then I say that the next time, and then someone tells me that I got it wrong. Anyway, so this is the same every single time. There's very little RNG to this battle. The bully is now our friend. We befriended him after our snowball fight, and he's helping us throw hot, spicy curry into Edom's mouth. So we have to time it perfectly to throw it in. This is a very difficult boss fight when you're learning it, and playing casually, but because I know the pattern, I can get it every time. He's so spicy, he vomits out all of the mind control juice, and then we knock him back to his place. There's a lot of lag, as too many sprites on the screen while the thing spawns, and we're heading off to the final level. Oh, is there a mod in chat who can make it so that the current streamer is not Elrock? I don't know if I need to tell you this, but I'm not Elrock. Hi, I'm Elrock. Beat-em-ups are great. Platformers, who needs them? Except for Garfield, caught in the act. Thank you, 3-2. So this level is extremely difficult. I will be trying a trick for just a short period of time. I will probably not get it. This is the trick that during my GDQ run I missed and had to unfortunately do the walk of shame. Oh my god, I almost got it. I almost got it first try. Oh, got it! Perfect. So that is Automaton Skip. I am infamously terrible at Automaton Skip. That was very fast. That allows you to skip a big ol' walk of shame, like a big winding space. It is a pixel-perfect grab on the one-way hole there, and it allows you to go through where you're not supposed to go through. Very nice, and here is Commander Hat. This would be actually a really good speedrun if I hadn't messed up on Scorch 1 and all of that terrible RNG. This would be actually very good. So Commander Hat has multiple patterns. For the most part, I want to stand here and then like react to which pattern is coming down. It's the hardest mini-boss by far, but not that bad. That pattern is the worst though, because sometimes your hand just goes through him. It's a very... The hit detection on him can be a little bit wonky. Alright, moving on to the final, like, normal level. Another level where it's basically solve puzzles in a confined room. It's usually defeat all the enemies, or throw the crystal in the box. Simple stuff. This is as simple as balancing yourself on it as it goes around. Let's just jump over these friends. These are orblets. They don't have an official name. They don't have an official name, but we call them orblets. They are like the Goomba of this game. So we're coming up on the only trick I think ever that's named after me. I've speedrun a lot of games. If you put all the games I speedrun and all the world records, it would be more than 24 hours, like in a row. But I have one trick named after me, and that is the lizstar. It is the fastest way through this room. And I did not get it. It is a 2-frame window. This is a darn shame. Normally if you walk and you kind of rub up against that without going under it, you're able to jump on top of it in just the perfect way. But like I said, it's a 2-frame window. I'm basically the only person who goes for it. Even though it is the fastest way, most people are really bad at it. I haven't not gotten that in months, so I'm a little embarrassed. After like talking about it so much. There's another good strat in that game, in that level, in that room, excuse me, that I like talking about. And that's the pancake strat, found by my good friend Kick-Ass Pancakes. What you do is you have the platforms kind of push you into the teleporter and into the wall, and it pancakes you into the wall and through the wall, but because you're teleporting at the same time, you don't take damage. And it pushes you into the loading zone for the next level. Well, it pushes you into the like, you know, the right of the screen, and when it does that, that always means it's the end of the level. So the end of the level music starts playing. However, it doesn't actually end the level. The level ends too slowly. So if you mash frame perfect, it crashes the game. But if you did that kind of incorrectly. If you do it on the beta, oh my gosh, my timing on this is extremely terrible right now. If you do it on the beta where the levels actually end faster, you do actually skip the level. So if anyone wanted to speedrun the beta version, which no one does because it's kind of terrible, you could do that to skip this level. Alright, moving on to the next boss. The rest of the game is basically a boss rush, starting with Edom. I would love a ristar maker. Oh my god, same. There is a ROM hacking program for this game. It's not very good. I've tried making ristar ROM hacks before. Never gotten it to work out. So we abuse basically what's it called? Iframes. When you are attacking, you have a brief period where you can't get hit. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Ah. Yeah, he has a big, chunky hitbox, which can just sometimes, like, knock you through the side of him. As you're trying to line this up. Ristar Kaizo? Oh, God. Grand Liz World. And, the other thing that we're trying to abuse is, what attacks he does is based on your how close you are to him as he does those attacks. So we're trying to abuse that in order to get him to do this Hadouken, which is the easiest way to hit him because he doesn't move around too much during it. And that's Uranim. And back there, the guy who's doing his jazz hands, that's Ionosis, the right-hand man to Kaiser Greedy. And they blast away to Greedy's Citadel. And we must chase. Oh! I love the noises. Ristar's very cute. Like I said, this game's got a lot of charm. We gotta chase. And here we are in Greedy's Citadel. This is a very short vertical level. Just gotta make our way to the top. And then we have a short boss rush. It's not technically a boss rush because it's 2 new bosses, but I don't know what else to call it. There is a boss rush mode. If you type museum into the password selection, you get to fight the boss rush. And if you type I love you, it's the level select. This game is adorable! Have I said that enough? So this is Ionosis in Ibar 5000. And we abuse a new trick. Well, I've actually been using this trick a lot, if you've been able to pay attention. But basically what I'm doing is when I get knocked back, I grab in like the diagonal direction, diagonal down, and that halves my recoil, and I'm able to attack Ibar much faster. Unfortunately, he did the gun twice. The gun makes it so he can't actually take damage. So we just have to kind of sit there while he fires the gun. Alright, now it's time for the final boss, which means our journey is almost at its end. Unfortunately, way over because of all that RNG and unfortunate deaths on Uranim. It's a shame. But hey, here's Greedy. What up, Greedy? This is one of the hardest bosses on the Sega Genesis. It is extremely difficult. I will hopefully make it look extremely easy. Let's do this. So, Phase 1 is pretty simple, but the Phase 2 is a bunch of teleporting around, and he drops Orblets every time he takes damage. You gotta react quickly to him. Okay. Now, Phase 3 is the same movement every time, but your first time through, you don't really know exactly when you can hit him. So I'm currently making it so he's not doing a bunch of attacks, and I'm... Alright, and that's that. We avoided a lot of special attacks by hitting him as soon as we could. And that's Greedy. And that's Ristar. And as the Citadel falls apart, a black hole forms. It was built around the black hole. And Greedy and his minions are thrown into the black hole. And Ristar makes it out in time as he says the iconic words, "Listen close or you'll miss it." Listen close. Hey, Hasta la vista, baby. And that's that. Then we have these amazing credits that I like to dance through every time I finish a run, because Ristar dances along with us. And that's Ristar. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much. I love this game a lot, and if you haven't played it, I do really hope that you give it a chance. It's a cult classic in a way, but it's also extremely underrated. Sega doesn't give this game any love. Ristar hasn't even been in like any of the racing games. He was the flag holder, and that was it. Ristar needs more love. Ristar Mania when, Sega. What do we got next? We got Gunstar Heroes up next. Who is that? And are they ready? That would be Cabot. I am absolutely dancing to this, by the way. Ristar should have been in Smash. Honestly, that would have been fun. I don't know exactly what you give him. I guess, like, you know, some grapples. Could we make a Ristar Mania fan game? I had an idea. I was going to do for Ristar what Sonic did for, what Freedom Planet did for Sonic. I had a game concept I really wanted to make. But, unfortunately, I can't make video games because I'm bad. So, that idea has to sit by the wayside. Maybe someday. If Sega's not going to make a new Ristar, we should, right? Has Ristar shown up in any of the Sega collections? Yeah, it shows up, like,